On January 3, 2025, the Storm Prediction Center issued a dire warning of a critical fire weather risk for Southern California. By January 7th, wildfires ignited by dry conditions and powerful winds engulfed vegetation surrounding Los Angeles and quickly spread to neighboring counties, progressing relentlessly toward residential areas. The fires prompted an all-hands-on-deck response. The 29 combined fire departments from affected counties mobilized their entire personnel, but the magnitude of the disaster quickly overwhelmed local resources, requiring assistance from neighboring states, international firefighting crews, and the National Guard. By the next morning, water tanks around LA were already exhausted. Among the reinforcements were aerial firefighting assets, called upon only for the most severe wildfire emergencies. California's Department of Fire Protection, known as CAL FIRE, operates a large fleet of over 60 aircraft, capable of reaching any fire in minutes. These include tactical planes for fire reconnaissance and coordination, air tankers for water and retardant drops, and helicopters for precision drops in rugged terrain. One of the most effective aircraft used in emergencies like these is the Grumman S-2, a plane that can hold 1,200 gallons of the red liquid you see being dropped on long stretches of fire. Controlled by some of the most skilled pilots, these planes can make drops to affected areas several times per hour, but require pilots to fly unbelievably close to the terrain to reach the fire effectively. When the tank is empty, the S-2 lands at strategically placed air bases, where it's refilled via a spout located at the tail. This design allows for a rapid turnaround, often within minutes, keeping the aircraft in continuous action during critical moments. Tankers like the S-2 are ideal for initial responses, as their smaller size and agility make them perfect for targeting fires in rugged or urban wildland areas. Although they have a relatively limited capacity compared to larger tankers, they benefit from a quick turnaround time and higher precision in targeted drops. Historically, during major wildfire operations, these planes account for 10 to 15% of the total retardant dropped. The vibrant mist seen dropped by these aircraft is a specially formulated mixture of water, ammonium phosphate, and iron oxide. This mixture reduces the intensity of wildfires by cooling flames and creating a fire break that prevents further spread. While it appears as a harmless mist from the sky, the sheer volume dropped, thousands of gallons in one pass, carries immense weight, capable of crushing a car on impact. The benefits of this mixture far outweigh the cons though. The water in the retardant temporarily cools the fire's heat, reducing the intensity of the blaze. The ammonium phosphate coats dry vegetation, preventing it from igniting by slowing the chemical reactions that sustain fire. Unlike regular water, which evaporates quickly, this mixture sticks to surfaces and remains effective for weeks, creating a durable fire break. CAL FIRE also operates megatankers that make the S-2 look tiny. The C130 Hercules, for example, is a modified military transport aircraft with a capacity 3 times that of the S-2. Megatankers like this use what's called a modular airborne firefighting system, which can be loaded onto certain military tankers to contain wildfires in under 24 hours. This equipment is stationed at 8 locations across the United States, where C-130s are immediately pulled from their regular military duties and fitted with the system. The system consists of a large, pressurized fire retardant tank with a total capacity of 3,000 gallons. Unlike traditional retardant systems that operate from the rear cargo ramp, MAFS discharges retardant through a side-mounted nozzle, enabling the aircraft to remain pressurized and more aerodynamic during operations. The C-130 is the workhorse for large wildfire operations, as its firefighting system allows for fast and accurate retardant dispersal. Although it lacks the capacity of some of the tankers to be mentioned, it covers about 25 to 30% of total operations in major wildfires. The DC10 Air Tanker is one of the most powerful aerial assets in firefighting. With a capacity of 12,000 gallons, 4 times that of the C-130, it can lay down a mile-long stretch of retardant in a single pass. Its size and range make it invaluable for tackling large, fast-moving fires. However, planes of this size are extremely difficult to maneuver at the low altitudes required to fight fires. Many of these aircraft had to be grounded during the first few days of the LA fires and swayed uncontrollably when they were finally in the air. The largest tanker of them all is the 747 Supertanker, capable of carrying a staggering 20,000 gallons of retardant or water. At a top speed of 600 miles per hour, it can reach any part of the US in just 5 hours. When deployed, it creates a 3-mile-long trail of retardant, effectively halting advancing fire fronts. Because of its massive size, it operates alongside a lead aircraft, which guides it to optimal drop points. The 747 Supertanker is a game-changer for massive, fast-moving fires, capable of creating the longest fire breaks possible with current technology. Due to its size and limited fleet, it is rarely deployed. However, its capacity and speed are unmatched when needed. The CL-415 Super Scooper is another invaluable aircraft in CAL FIRE's arsenal. These planes have a unique way of loading water by skimming across lakes and other water sources, filling their tanks without ever stopping to land. Taking just 14 seconds to refill, they can make constant runs to continually douse flames. During the Palisades fire, Super Scoopers played a pivotal role by continuously refilling from the Pacific Ocean and preventing the fire from spreading further. But further disasters struck during the Palisades fire when one of these aircraft collided with a civilian drone flying in restricted airspace. The collision caused a significant hole in the aircraft's wing, grounding it temporarily and preventing it from aiding the containment. The Super Scooper thrives at containing fires near major natural water sources, but this also limits its flexibility in assisting areas that are more inland. The helicopters in CAL FIRE's fleet are essential for reaching inaccessible areas. Equipped with water buckets, they can refill from any water source, including lakes, rivers, and even residential swimming pools. Their agility allows them to precisely target hotspots and provide critical support in rugged terrain. Although their capacity is a small fraction of the megatankers, helicopters contribute a large portion to the overall firefighting efforts due to their speed and versatility. They also carry the added benefit of being able to carry out rescue missions for people trapped by the fire. Flying an air tanker or helicopter during a wildfire is one of the most dangerous jobs in aviation. Pilots tasked with flying these aircraft are some of the most skilled, often with military or commercial aviation backgrounds. They undergo specialized training in low-altitude flying, navigating smoke-obscured environments, and precision drops. They're pushed to exhaustion, flying up to 12 hours a day to combat severe wildfires and completing dozens of runs daily. Even during refueling or refilling, they continue to work, adjusting strategies for rapidly changing fire conditions. They're also in constant coordination with the firefighters on the ground and tactical planes to determine critical drop zones. Over a week after the fires ignited, the flames finally started to ease up as wind speed decreased and temperatures dropped, but they left behind miles of devastation. Aerial efforts are only a piece of the overall firefighting process and cannot extinguish an entire wildfire. But the aircraft utilized by CAL FIRE and others were able to slow the spread of the fires, extinguish specific areas, and offer support to firefighters on the ground.